are you taking away? NASDAQ futures down 2.6% at time of, as I'm looking at them right now. What are you taking away from a market's perspective about this wake-up call?
I think it's really massive, and I think it's massive for two main points. It's not just about the challenge to US hegemony in the space. It's not about the disruption potential there. That's a kind of a side story. And I think Robert Lee's analysed it perfectly there and summarised kind of the sector challenges there absolutely perfectly. And that doesn't change the fact that NVIDIA still got monopoly in the space, and many of the big names do as well. The reason this is such a game changer is that it's about cost. It undermines the immense amount of money that's been spent on hardware by the US mega cap tech stocks. Sure, they want a dominant position, but it now looks tenuous that they're going to get a return on that investment. That was always difficult. But now, and this is the second aspect, now that this is open source, it really makes it very unlikely that they're going to be able to justify the return on investment, given that there's a much more cheaper alternative out there for the world to use. So ultimately, this is good for global growth. It is good for global productivity. It is positive for global stocks, but it deeply undermines the massive premium that we pay for US mega cap stocks, that exorbitant privilege that we've got. And therefore, I think this is the catalyst that people are looking for. Combined with it is a perfect timing of Trump really kind of putting an extra cost on US trade. I think it is the catalyst to end 15 years of US stock market exceptionalism.
That's quite a big call. Let's talk about the ripple effect that comes off that. Talk to me about the most correlated assets to that story. It's interesting, Bitcoin is down this morning. That obviously is being maybe a reflection of what we're seeing in NASDAQ futures. How far do the ripples spread and how quickly do they go?
So I think, first of all, this is about a relative performance idea. It's about undermining US exceptionalism. It's not. So it's saying that US stocks will fall further in bad times and rise less kind of in the good times going forward. But you're right. In the short term, while we're focused on US tech negativity, which may last for the week, then crypto is really suffering. Now, crypto seems to be suffering from a few aspects. One is I think there's disappointment that the Bitcoin reserve hasn't been announced, and people are wondering whether it will even be a Bitcoin reserve or some other crypto reserve. And then you've got the CEO of Coinbase coming over the weekend saying, look, there's 1 million new cryptocurrencies being created every week, and I think this kind of undermines the sector. I saw a piece out there, I've not checked it, verified it, but there's apparently 36 million tokens out there, which shows kind of the competition in the space for kind of these arbitrary lines in a data spreadsheet. So I think that overall, crypto is going through a tough period. It is not helped by the losses in US tech. There is definitely an overlapping investment sector. There's an overlapping kind of idea that US has leadership under Trump in both crypto and tech, and those ideas are being undermined. So I expect that US tech outperformance is now over, and I expect crypto's at least got a briefly tough period ahead.